Hey everyone, this is Social Dissonance, also known as Shepard. Today is part 31 of my Let's Play Monster Hunter Tri tutorial. So today I'm going to be taking on the Barroth. I've been trying to finish this part of the update for a while, and I've been having all sorts of audio issues. And again, it's not necessarily the game's fault so much as it is my ruthless attention to detail and clarity of voice. And the real problem before was just there were all sorts of noises going on in my apartment that I had yet to really take care of. And so I think I've finally taken care of all that. And so hopefully the audio track will be undisturbed. The only issue from all this is that the quest has already been beaten a couple times, so when you see me run in this first time here, it's going to show first that the quest is already cleared, and second, when we actually meet up to him, his intro cinematic is not going to play. So I'm going to just have to edit that in afterwards. But that's not that hard of a... It's not that big of a deal. I have the previous recording. Like I said, just the audio track isn't good, so I can edit in any sort of footage that happened in-game, just not any narration. Make cleansers. I guess I don't need any cool drinks. Rations. First aid. So you may have noticed there in my feline food skills that I was given Slugger. And that should make it relatively easy to knock him out once, if not twice. I don't think I'll be able to get a third time off. And the hammer is the only weapon that I'm aware of that will actually go through his head at green sharpness without bouncing. Which, I mean, thank God, because if you're to try and knock him out otherwise, it would really... I mean, I'm not going to say it's impossible. I mean, the Super Pound would be able to go through, but it would just be very difficult. You may notice I brought large barrel bomb pluses. At this point of the game, as long as you've been working on your farm fairly diligently, you should have a rather large stock of scatterfish, or at least if you're anything like me, I do. So we're going to try and drop these as quickly as we can and not get blown up. That was epic. Hopefully that actually worked. I think it did. Hopefully he wasn't invincible when he was flying out of the ground like that. At the very least, it's always great to start off a fight with a explosion. At least that's my general policy. And the real worry of Barroth isn't so much his wide variety of moves, it's just his ability to do the moves that he does very effectively. And so, you know, for the most part when you're fighting him, he just charges you over and over again. Although, right now he seems to be really fixated on like headbutting me for some reason. I don't know how long he's going to do that. You see he's already entering rage mode. I took the time to farm up all the Ludroth weapons. While he has mud on his body, he is weak to water. Once you've broken the mud off the body though, he becomes susceptible to fire. So he's one of those really interesting monsters who changes his weakness depending on his stage in the fight. Oops. I think I almost got out of that without actually being hit by any mud. Oh wow. That was so lucky. One foot to the right and that would have actually hit me. Ooh! I guess he made up for it right there. And the one thing I haven't been farming too much of is like honey and things like that, so I only have a couple of mega potions. So I'm going to try and conserve them because this will be a gauntlet. I will be going through with all the weapons that you could potentially have at this point. The only thing that's left out is really the longsword. This is dangerous. See, really, a great idea would be to grab some pelagisite ore and just upgrade your armor with the mud and snow decorations so that you don't have to be terribly concerned about his mud at all. I don't know, for whatever reason, I guess I'd rather have perception Only because being able to trap him, of course, is a great way to end the fight a number of minutes earlier. And I am kind of going for time as much as I am for skill. But I mean, in general... Ooh. Okay, well that doesn't really prove my point. I was going to say, in general, as long as you're underneath him, he will not hit you with his mud attack. Of course, it's not a sure thing, you know, even if you're out of position by just like the tiniest bit, you'll probably get hit by something. I mean, I'd say so far I'm doing fairly well. I mean, I'm not really obsessed with getting headshots, and so I'm doing a pretty good job of just getting flinches because I keep hitting him. Yeah, I really need to sharpen. But, you know my policy, like, if you can get hits off, might as well, right? Okay, this is a great time to get a super pound off on the head, because he's on the ground. I'm not going to be doing any real damage to him, so I might as well actually hit him with something. Oh, wow. Okay, well, take that back. Now I gotta go for super pounds on the head. Well, at the very least, the water damage will still be doing plenty. I'll still be doing plenty of water damage. Oh, now he's exhausted. Ooh, how interesting. Oh yeah, of course, if he's exhausted, he won't actually scream at me. I think Pitfall Trap followed by more hits to the head? Seems like a good idea to me. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Okay. Let's take a first aid. And we're gonna charge up our... Wow, he's really, like, focused on Cha-Cha. Come on, man! Let's see if we could super pound his tail. That works. I don't want to get him in rage mode. I want to make sure I can actually, like, hit... What's he doing? No, 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 don't run away. Oh, come on. Okay, he's going to run to Area 4. The areas he'll run to are 2, 4, and then from 4 he'll sometimes go to 8. But in general... Oh! Okay, and you know, normally it's really great. If you can catch him exhausted, you can lay a trap right where he's going to go eat. So I'll show you, if I hadn't already laid the pitfall trap in the previous area, I would lay it right here. Because he's going to run straight towards it, knock it down, and then try to eat the ants inside. But I'm going to try and prevent him from doing that. Oh, wow. Lucky again. Yes, fortunately, some of the attacks will actually change your hitbox, and the game will recognize that. So when a tail's passing overhead... No! I was going to try and get one last hit off. Okay. Something else that I may or may not have mentioned at this point is when they enter rage mode, they regain all of their stamina. So if he was exhausted and I did enough damage to put him in rage, he'll no longer be exhausted. Which could be a big deal if you're fighting some specific monsters, such as like Legiacrust or something like that, where you want to get them exhausted so he'll go back on land. That can be a little frustrating. I really don't want to get him in the trap. Oh, well, I guess I have no choice now. I'm going to say I want to wait until he's no longer in rage mode to get him in a trap. Only because they seem to get out of traps just a little bit faster when they're in rage mode. I've got the best chance of taking off his scalp with a hammer. I don't know that I'll necessarily be able to do all the damage I want with it. Only because earlier when I had the chance to get him in the pitfall trap exhausted, it got kind of wasted because he ran away. I suppose at this point the best thing I could go for is another stumble of some sorts. Oops. That was a mistake. That was a huge mistake. Yeah. There are those of you that have been questioning how to do the super pound this whole time. You have to release the button while you're standing still. If you're moving, you'll go into that spinning attack that you just saw me do. By the way, in one of my recordings of this fight, actually it was with the hammer, I was able to stop him mid-charge with the super pound. I'm not so gutsy as to try to do it again, but it is possible. Just like it used to be possible to do the same sort of thing to like a Tigrex or whatever in Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. All sorts of fancy timings like that. Well, I actually did get him, but he didn't flinch, so I got hit. Nope. Yeah, it's oftentimes best to roll into the monster rather than to the side. Oh no, he's getting in the mud. Well, the question I have for all of you... Oh, wow! Okay, I just answered my own question. Is when he rolls in the mud, does that count as, like, increased or less damage for his head? Like, does it repair all the damage to his head that you spent breaking it? And the answer to that is no. No, it does not. You can keep aiming for the head and it'll come off. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and capture, because we're already at almost 11 minutes, and that's a lot longer than I want to spend fighting this guy. And I better go get my card. And press plus to skip the animation. So that took 10 minutes and 30 seconds. In general, I'm faster with most other weapons. I think I took longer with the hammer that time because I was really trying to just get the scalp off. I was trying to get off as many headshots as possible. But in general, his weak areas are his arms and probably his legs, only because you can get him to flinch from hitting his legs so often. Of course, if you're in a group and you have a hammer, always aim for the head so you can get those knockouts. Otherwise, damage is damage, and whether you're hitting him in the leg 3 or 4 times or hitting him in the head twice, better off going for the legs. Especially because his head just takes, you know, a fairly low amount of damage compared to the rest of his body. So I'm definitely satisfied with that. Well, I'm mostly satisfied with that. I got hit a couple more times than would have wanted to. Oh wow. I was not aware, but apparently you can get Barroth tails from capturing. So, you know, I mean, if you can get tails from capturing, and I know you can get scalps from rewards, there's really no part of his body that you're obligated to destroy in order to get the specialty parts. And just excuse me for a moment as I do some farming. Those of you wondering, you can just get fish finders by trading with the Argosy captain. As soon as you have a good, like, initial stock of commodities... Oh, how many of these do I have in the box? I got plenty. Okay, I'm just going to sell all those. Oh, they're not done yet. All right, they've got one more cycle. As long as you can start off the chain of commodities by trading, by getting fish finders, you can continue to send your fishermen out, and the fish that they bring in, you can trade for more commodity points, which can be used to continue to get more commodities, which can get more commodity points, so on and so forth. So not only do you get commodities by fishing, you can get other fish that you can trade for Moga points as well. So that's really the mainstay of your farm, is constantly keeping your fishmongers moving. Oh great, he's back. Let me just demonstrate that very quickly. Oh, fish finders are down. Okay, so load up on fish finders, make an offer of shining starfish, which are actually up. That is amazing. No, I want a deal. Oh, he wants more. There you go. You know what? I don't even care. Done. Send it back, and that will last me a good long while. And just let me show you how I've been running my farm. Again, I won't take too long. I want this first segment to be under 16 minutes, and then each weapon to follow afterwards. If I can do that, I've got some ice thaw, dung, full. I've got fertile mud. I'm going to hold on to it though. Well, maybe I'll do one cycle of fertile mud. I plan to make some form of armor. I think I'll probably make the Gunner Barroth armor. I think it might be interesting to show off adrenaline. Oh, and I'm going to switch over to the lance, I think. I have this really great sword and shield time. I've been talking about it on my channel. I will probably do a sword and shield attempt last, but if that isn't as good as my one that I recorded, I will gladly do a post-commentary on that one, because that won't take nearly as long. Let's go for Freddy Cat. Why not? You make it go a little bit faster, so be it. Oh, and I need to get some traps, and I need to get trank bombs and bombs. Oh, and Frady Cat is active. This one might go by pretty quickly.